a lot of MAGA people and a lot of conservatives, they love talking about this individual. I never really have. I think I might have made comment here, comment there, but we're going to talk about Harry Sisson. Harry Sisson is a paid Democrat operative. He was very, very visible throughout the 2024 campaign. He was bought and paid for by the Democrats. He lied over and over and over again about President Trump. He's been a liar every step of the way. He has virtue signaled. And recently, he has gotten caught up in a lot of controversy because a lot of women exposed him as a male feminist, a creepy, creepy male feminist that was trying to hook up with all of them. And all of these women have exposed him. He essentially went away. I heard that I think that the DNC has ended their contract with him, if I'm not mistaken. So he released a video today because he's finally breaking his silence. So let's listen to what this clown has to say. I'm sure he's going to take full responsibility for his actions. I'm sure he's going to take full responsibility. I'm sure he's not going to try and shift the blame to anyone else. This is a guy who said that Donald Trump hates women and Donald Trump is dangerous for women, yet all of these women come forward calling you out for being a manipulator and a male feminist. Never trust a male feminist ever. Never. Let's listen to what this loser has to say.
I want to talk openly and honestly about this entire controversy that has exploded in the past week. First and foremost, I want to start by saying I fucked up. I should have told the people I was talking to that there were other people. And of course, I regret that decision and I've reflected on it a lot. And
Wait a minute. So you didn't respect the women you were talking to? You mean that you went online and talked about how much you respected women, yet privately you didn't respect women? Are you kidding me? Wow. That's amazing. By the way, I double checked just to make sure this wasn't AI, and it still might be, but it looked like it was legit from what I found, because I don't believe almost anything I see on the fucking internet anymore. But I think this is real. If it is actually AI, somebody let me know, but I think it's real.
I'm learning and going to be better in the future. Now, what I will say is that this entire situation has been blown wildly out of proportion by MAGA Republicans to further their political agenda. Like, we all know that they don't actually care about this. They just hate me. That's why they care.
So it's MAGA Republicans. MAGA Republicans made him do this, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, when has MAGA ever cared about women? Also, MAGA has been spreading misinformation about the situation, so I want to set the record straight. I was not in a relationship with anyone. I wasn't exclusive with anyone. I never met anybody in person. I never spoke to anybody on the phone, and it was done among consensual adults. That's it. It was a very casual thing. Additionally, we as Democrats have to get better at recognizing someone who makes a mistake and can learn from that mistake and someone who does actual harm to a community. We cannot, as a party, just attack and demonize people who make mistakes, people who are learning from their actions. If we ever want to hold office ever again and actually win an election, our umbrella should be as wide as possible. And we shouldn't be trying to silence people or push people away who are vocal on these issues. And the final thing I'll say about this is that people involved in this situation released my private text messages, private photos of me, intimate details about me that intended to stay private without my knowledge or consent.
Oh, poor baby. Did you get exposed as being a creep while you're on social media trying to pretend that you're this wonderful human being and how you have to protect women's rights because we respect women and we love women and women are the most glorious creatures of all time, and anyone that does anything disrespectful to women, they can't be tolerated?
I didn't consent to any of that. A complete violation of my privacy. And I think that regardless of your political beliefs, you can agree that that's wrong. I certainly wouldn't do that to somebody, and I know you wouldn't either. One thing I'm particularly proud of my generation for doing is moving past this idea that we should idolize politicians beyond their impact. However, I'd like to look at the other side of the coin. When politics becomes a game of pointing out any small mistakes someone makes, we are putting our feelings above what truly matters, how we are all impacted by the actions our leaders take. And I'll conclude with this. I have some bad news for MAGA. I know they thought they could use this situation to try to take me down or silence me, but that was never going to work. I'm still going to be vocal about the things I care about and fight for the things I care about. And if that upsets MAGA, then so be it.
What a fucking clown. And I want to show if he still has it. Let's see here. His pinned tweet. First of all, his background is him and Joe Biden. His pinned tweet says, America failed women tonight. Trump bullied, assaulted, and stripped reproductive rights away from women all across the country. And instead of standing against it, many voted for it. We have failed our daughters, mothers, and sisters. Those that preach the loudest have the most to hide. Every single time. That is the bottom line. That's how it always is. I do not trust people that preach about identity politics. I don't trust people that try to tear other people down by projecting how great they are and how terrible you are. I've never, ever trusted those types of people, and I never will. And this is another classic case of that. Never trust a male feminist at all. Okay? Never trust one. That's the bottom line on that.